Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, the first two rows are reserved for our special guests. We ask that you please settle down. We are about to proceed with this afternoon ceremony.
Very full.
Thank you. Thank you. Please take it down. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am Mrs. Jacob.
And I am Mrs. S. Townsend, and we are honored and privileged to be your program directors this afternoon.
As we commence this afternoon's award ceremony, we request that all cell phones be switched off or turned to silent mode. We thank you. Let us begin this afternoon's function by giving thanks to God for His many blessings, especially for blessing our learners who have done us all so proud. We also require on stage the following learners: Clara and Clementine Meeting, and Apiwe and Kise. Clara and Clementine, and here. Thank you. Please rise. We have with us our ex-Redcliffe Primary Ducks awardee, Totleko Mtembo, who will lead us in prayer. Please remain standing after the prayer, as the prayer will be followed by the national anthem. Totleko.
Dear Heavenly Father, we humbly come before you on this wondrous and special afternoon. Thank you, dear God, for the gift of life. It is through your grace and mercy that we are all gathered here today. We kindly ask you to bless all the matriculants of 2022 who wrote their exams during a difficult and challenging year. We now bring before you those who will be receiving awards at this auspicious occasion today. Bless their parents who have walked this journey with them, supporting and encouraging their children thus far. Grant them more strength and wisdom to carry on shining the light as their children enter tertiary level and move ahead in their future endeavors. We ask that you especially bless the educators, school school governance and support staff of Verulam Secondary for their outstanding dedication and support in making sure that our school produces the best results. May this afternoon be an inspiration and a constant reminder to us, the future matriculants and all who are present, that hard work and dedication pays off. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. We ask this through your name. Amen.
Amen.
Malupakan Yesu kondolwayo, itwaitithandazo yethu, Nkosi, siyelela thina lusapho lwayo, urena kulunga sichanga sa Yesu, unebiselithwale mathwele, usikhuluke, usikhuluke, sichabasa, Yesu, sichabasa, South Africa, South Africa, Endilova nonseyem, Enditiatava nosia, Nosia mafakabetes, Vaticata amforsia, Sons of God to come together, and united we shall stand. Let us live and strive for freedom in South Africa. Amen.
Thank you, lovely ladies. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon we welcome lots of lovely people here. Our guest of honor, Mrs. Salusha Naidu, our Chief Education Specialist, Mr. S.M. Chetty, members of the Board of Governance, principals of surrounding primary schools, 2022 Grade 7 Lux awardees. You heard that right. Parents, guardians, our honored guests, friends and well-wishers of Verulam Secondary School, our dear staff, and our dear awardees. It is an honor to welcome you to Verulam Secondary's award ceremony as we celebrate the outstanding achievements of our 2022 learners.
Verulam Secondary School's vision commits to providing an environment where every child can learn and achieve success. This is something the school leadership and staff strive for every year. This afternoon marks one of the most important events on the school calendar because it is at this ceremony that we publicly acknowledge these learners and their success. We trust that you will remain with us for the duration of the awards function and join us as we celebrate the success of our learners, your children.
Ladies and gentlemen, to kickstart this afternoon's proceedings, we have our first speaker, who is an educator, best described as meticulous, immaculate, hardworking, and a hard taskmaster. Our Deputy Principal, Mrs. Ramravan, coordinated and managed the NSC exams with excellence and finesse. Please welcome our lovely Mrs. Ramravan, who has also been given a time limit for this address.
A very warm welcome. You can find on the word warm. Greetings to our principal, Mr. S. Governor, our Circuit Inspector, Mr. S.A. Chetty, Chairperson of our school's governing body, Mr. J. Kabala, our guest of honor, Mrs. Sanusha Naidu. I don't know whether I feel old today, Sanusha. So all special guests, our honored sponsors, parents, and of course, the heroes through whom we celebrate this day, class of 2022 awardees. It is my privilege and honor to address you this afternoon as the Grade 12 coordinator of 2022. As I stand before you today, I recall the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And he said, occasionally in life, there are moments which cannot be explained in words. Their meaning can only be articulated by the inaudible language of the heart. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is such a moment for myself, Team VSS, I'll be right to say for each of you too. As I look around, I see ecstatic parents, awardees, educators, ex-educators, and I cannot help but be moved. You all certainly deserve a round of applause. Go ahead, give yourself a round of applause. You deserve it. To the class of 2022, your efforts have paid off. Our nagging has paid off. I may not have been the most favored person on the plant through 2022. As I recall my regular meetings in respect of performance, attendance, seriousness in respect of study methods, etc. And of course, placing undue pressure on both our educators and you, the learners, to ensure that the best results ever are produced. The pressure began to mount even more when we achieved poorly in the trial examination. Quite quickly, we all had to change our game and intensify our studies. No, Mr. Governor still had sleepless nights worrying about what the NSC results might look like. I had little time, like Merlin mentioned, to worry, as I had to focus on ensuring the credibility of the NSC exam. The manner in which the exam was undertaken, to a very large degree, renewed our confidence in us achieving excellent results. And indeed, here we are today, celebrating those results. Interestingly, in 2022, we had the largest cohort of grade 12s in many years. Whilst reflecting on history can be painful, we extract from it many lessons. This our grade 12 learners of 2022 have proven. Despite COVID and the disrupted schooling in their foundational levels of grade 10 and 11 in the FET phase, they were still able to come through successfully in the NSC exam. Of course, keeping in mind that the NSC standards in respect of the papers written were never changed to favor these learners. So their celebration is certainly worth the while. Before I labor the grade 12 analysis and sing their success stories, a very quick synopsis of our 2022 results internally from grade 8 to 11. In grade 8 in 2022, we had 213 registered learners and an 80% was achieved. In grade 9, 250 learners with a pass rate of 92%. In grade 10, 247 learners were registered and a pass rate of 83% was achieved. In grade 11 of 2022, we had 188 learners registered with an 87% pass rate. That very briefly, ladies and gentlemen, was what 2022 looked like internally. Back to the men and women of the moment, and that is our grade 12s, 2022. There were 232 learners registered on a full-time basis for the 2022 NSC exam. 2 learners had incomplete results. Our overall pass rate for 2022 NSC exam was a 94.8%, which happened to be the best in the Verulam award, comparing favorably. Thank you. Comparing favorably against the Verulam award average of 86.8%, and as well as the provincial average of 80.1%. So comparatively, Verulam Secondary fared extremely well. 62.61% of our learners achieved a bachelor's pass, qualifying them for entry at a university. 23.91% of our learners achieved a diploma pass. 8.23% a higher certificate, leaving us with a 5.22% of our learners that did not achieve. But all is not lost. There's always a second chance program, and that second chance program will certainly see them through with a little more effort, as their non-achievement was quite a narrow escape. So we say with a little more effort, certainly they can achieve. The above results was a gratifying turnaround from the 70% pass rate we achieved in the trial exam. So certainly, by those stats, you could see that our learners certainly did a turnaround from the trial to the final exam. A total of 187 subject distinctions were achieved as follows, together with the pass rates. Afrikaans, we had 8 distinctions with an 87% pass rate. Business Studies, 16 distinctions with a 93% pass rate. English at home language level, 10 distinctions, 92% pass rate. Geography, a 94% pass rate. History, 4 distinctions, 95% pass rate. Life Science, 15 distinctions, 96% pass rate. Mathematics, 5 distinctions, 76% pass rate. Maths Lit, 6 distinctions, 93% pass rate. Physical Science, 5 distinctions, and a 95% pass rate. The following learning areas, and the list is pretty long now, achieved 100% pass rate. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 100% pass rate. And these learning areas are, in no particular order: hospitality with 100% pass rate, accounting 25 distinctions with 100% pass rate. The numbers are still being maintained, Sanusha. Consumer studies, 2 distinctions, 100% pass rate. CAT, that's computer applications technology, 3 distinctions, 100% pass rate as well. Drama, 1 distinction. Of course, all these learning areas have 100% pass rate. EGD, 1 distinction. Information technology, 11 distinctions. And that's a remarkable number because it's 11 out of 16. Life orientation, 57 distinctions. Tourism, 8 distinctions. isiZulu home language, 10 distinctions. And that was a list of our learning areas with 100% pass rate. We also had 11 learners with 3 A's. Of course, there were many learners with 1 A and 2 A's as well, as you would see in your brochure. With 3 A's and more, we had 11 learners that achieved 3 A's, 8 learners with 4 A's, 3 learners achieved 5 A's, 2 learners achieved 6 A's, 2 learners achieved 7 A's. That means every subject they undertook, they achieved an A, that's full house A's. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. It's a remarkable achievement. And of course, we had 1 learner that did her usual 7, an additional subject. That means she wrote 8 subjects, and she scored 8 distinctions. 12 of our learners achieved A aggregates. Give them a round of applause. Our sincere congratulations and best wishes go out to each of our awardees here today. You certainly have done well. You are here today celebrating your achievements because you believed in yourself and your abilities and gave it everything. Of course, with the firm support of your parents, your educators, family, and friends. These achievements will avail opportunities for you and give you choices, which is yours to take and use. As you make and take those choices, understand that success in life will not be determined by what is given to you or what happens to you. Your success will largely be determined by what you do with all that is given to you. How far you push yourself and how high you are willing to reach. True excellence only comes with perseverance. As you go about to venture into the real world, the world of adults and work, please be cautioned that meaningful achievements and lasting success do not happen in an instant. Remember also the motto of our school, to live and help live. Come back to your alma mater when you have qualified and is earning, and see how best you could make a meaningful contribution to this institution and to keep the flame of VSS and the flag of VSS always flying high. To our parents, thank you for your partnership in education of our children. To our sponsors, thank you. We value your partnership in promoting quality public education at VSS. To our governing body, we value your support and guidance always. To the coordinating committees for today and staff, you are simply the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Finally, to our awardees, you are just amazing. You are awesome. And I want to share this with you. The day results were released was quite early in the afternoon or in the evening when I managed to get a copy, a WhatsApp copy of the paper. And if I could have gone to school with every one of you and danced for the rest of the night, I would have done that. And that is how ecstatic I was. I can only imagine what your moods would have been like. Blessings to each of you as you journey to achieving your dreams. Always remember, if you dream it, you can achieve it. Stay blessed and always remember, Verulam Secondary will always need you at some point or the other. So come back and do make a contribution to this institution whenever it might be. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Ramanathan, for that beautiful message. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to also congratulate Nikita Govender and the principal and staff of Mount View Secondary School on achieving or becoming the top matriculant in the country. School functioning is essentially a partnership with key role players, that being the school management and parent governing body. Our success can also be attributed to the commitment and support rendered by our school governing body. At VSS, we are very privileged to have an excellent team on the school governing body. I would like to call upon Mr. Jeffrey Nkabela, who is the chairperson of the SGB, to address you. Help me welcome on stage Mr. J. Nkabela.
Assalamu alaikum, Sangonani. Ladies and gentlemen, as I have been introduced, my name is Mr. Kamela. I have been delegated by you, the parents, to be the chair of the school governance. I want to acknowledge amongst ourselves Mr. Chetty, principals from neighboring schools, our esteemed principal and his management, fellow governors of Verulam Secondary. Yeah, I am not going to be speaking too much, but today I think Mem has encapsulated me very well and said almost that needed to be done. Now I'll focus on the purpose of me being here. I am here to say to the class of 2022, thank you for proving to people that our school is led by people who know what they're doing. You are now proving to the rest of the South Africa that that school is got the right governance. And this is the result of us being here because we have people who know what to do in terms of their role functioning. We are one of the schools whereby you'll never hear that we've got clashes with the management or the leadership of the students. Your president of the RCL, we want to thank you. He has been there, he has been contributing and taking all your plans that you sent in to us in the board meetings, and we implemented that. When we met in the board, we discussed only curriculum matters and issues of labor. That is our core business. Today, as Tina said, at least we are Muslims amongst ourselves, they shouldn't ask themselves, how does this chef know Tina Turner now? But anyway, we live in a non-Islamic state anyway. Tina Turner will say, you're simply what? Simply the best. And that's who you are today. Our great class, the class of 2022. You are simply the best. Lionel Richie will go on and say, dancing on what? Please, Muslims, forgive me. Dancing on what? Dancing on the ceiling. So today you deserve to dance on what? On the ceiling. So that is where we are. I'm saying today, as parents, it's the day of celebration. It's not a day of long speeches. Let us celebrate. Let it show in our faces that we are excited. Thank you so much. Apologies to our Muslim brothers and sisters. They will start saying, hey, this chef just reads what is happening around himself. Sundown says, the sky is the limit. I'm a Pretoria fellow, I'm from Pretoria. And the motto of Sundowns, which is one of the best teams in South Africa, sitting on 49 points. No one is behind us, that's number 2. And our motto is what? The sky is what? The sky is the limit. Great. Our class of 22. The sky is what? It's the limit. For you. You can achieve anything that you want. Please. You can. You have proven that you are the best, and the sky is the limit upon yourself. Parents, as Ma'am has indicated, sponsors amongst ourselves. I want to quote this African proverb which says, it takes a village to raise a child. Now, if I further explain on that, we have seen in the social media an appeal made by our principal and the staff about one of our learners who has achieved 8 distinctions. That since she is not a South African, we know that somebody will say, yes, there is NEFSAS, the financial aid which caters for people. But she doesn't qualify because she is not what? A South African. But let's remember, our president married Grace Michelle, who's also from our neighboring Mozambique, so that issue should take into account, into cognizance. Now, my appeal is, I'm just making it aware amongst ourselves that, yeah, if you feel like you can contribute, assist our learner who has performed well. I believe that's the learner who has got 8 A's, Meti, Clementine Meti. She's got 8 A's, and we cannot let it, because of her not being South African, say that she cannot be helped. So that is the appeal that I'm making on behalf of the school and the TV, that please, parents, let's put our hands together and ensure that this learner of us goes to school. On that note, parents, I'm just from a meeting with Menkosa. From the morning, I was in a session with Menkosa. They are saying to us that they are one of the best institutes to train our learners, our graduates of our class of 22 who wants to go and join them with regards to men, Governor, the 4th Industrial Revolution. It's a way to go, and please consider them also as an option also, because of that is where our education is going with the 4th Industrial Revolution. Having said so, congratulations, class of 22. This is for the first time I was not speaking long because of it's a day for what? Celebration. I thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Ladies and gentlemen, VSS is overseen and guided by our Chief Education Specialist, Mr. S.A. Chetty. We are privileged to have him here with us this afternoon. Let us put our hands together as we welcome Mr. S.A. Chetty.
Colin Powell, the former Secretary of State of the United States of America, had the following to say: if you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception, it is a prevailing attitude. The principal of this school, Mr. Governor, the chairperson of the school governing body, Mr. Nkabela, our guest of honor, Sanusha Naidu, principals from surrounding schools, educators, parents and learners. It gives me profound pleasure this afternoon to be with you and to celebrate the success of the class of 2022. Let me bring you greetings from the head of Department of Education in KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Nathi Lobo, together with the District Director of the Pinetown District, Mr. SLN Keswa. On the 19th of January 2023, the National Minister of Education announced the results of the class of 2022. And the results were as follows. At a national level, the Department of Basic Education had achieved a pass rate of 80.1%. The province of KwaZulu-Natal had achieved a percentage pass of 83%. The Bali Circuit had achieved a pass rate of 86.7%. And wait for it. Verulam Secondary School had received a pass rate, a whopping pass rate of 94.8%. So, if we have to analyze those results, it's not just Verulam Secondary's achievement, it's not just a distinction, it's a distinction plus. So, boys and girls, this afternoon, it gives me great pleasure to say to you that this Awards Day program in the academic calendar is the most important program of the year, because it gives us an opportunity to do an inventory of what it is that the school has achieved. Not so long ago, I was at this school, and there's a classroom in the corner there with the loud fans. And I had spoken to the grade 12s, and we were doing the presentation of the trial examination results. And the results then already was outstanding. And I prayed silently that these children must have the courage and the strength to carry that over to their final examination. And guess what? They did. They deserve a round of applause. So as I stand here, behind me, VSS celebrates 70 years of excellence. Now we know that that is just not a cliche, because we have the documented evidence year in and year out about the performance of this school. And it is because of that very reason, in the last 2 weeks, my office was inundated with parents that were seeking admission. And they want to go to Verulam Secondary. They want to go to Mount View Secondary School. Yesterday, when I was at the daycare center at the awards function of Mount View Secondary School, that all erupted when Nikita Governor walked in. And ladies and gentlemen, the Balinaya circuit has certainly made an impression at a national level. She is also the #1 learner in the province of KwaZulu-Natal and the Pinetown district. But all of this is not possible without a cohort of dedicated and committed educators. And at Verulam Secondary we have that. Educators that are prepared to make sacrifices during the weekends, in the early hours of the morning, late in the afternoon, during the holiday period, just so that we could give these children a wonderful chance and a wonderful chance in life. I will be failing in my responsibility as Superintendent of Education if I didn't commend the principal, Mr. S. Governor, for his outstanding leadership at Verulam Secondary School. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. He's very unassuming, extremely humble, and certainly never wants to be on stage and in the limelight. But he quietly manages one of the best schools in the country, and that is Verulam Secondary School. Now you must know that our children are competing with learners that are in schools where the school fees are 70,000 rands a year, 80,000 rands a year, and we are still outdoing those schools. It is because of a culture that we have kind of embraced over the years. It's a legacy that our predecessors have left that we continue to uphold in our schools. I want to